So fall is coming up, and as we think of fall, we often think of pumpkins. Pumpkin is a very fall food. We have pumpkin pie, pumpkin tea, pumpkin coffee, pumpkin cake, all sorts of stuff. So I decided that I think it would be really fun to paint a pumpkin, not only because it's fall, but painting a pumpkin has a lot to do with secondary and primary colors. So in order to make a pumpkin, we'd have to color in this area. Now, what color do you typically think of as a pumpkin being? That's right, it's an orange color. Orange is typically the color of a pumpkin. And is orange a primary or secondary color? That is right. Orange is a secondary color. To make orange, I would mix yellow and red. Yellow and red mixed together is orange. Now, the stem of my pumpkin could be one of two colors. Sometimes you think of it as brown, but I'm going to make this green. Is green a primary or a secondary color? It is a secondary color, and to make green, you mix yellow and blue. Yellow and blue makes green. So we're going to try this out today, and we're going to use a style called pointillism. Can you guys say that? Pointillism. One more time. Pointillism. Now, pointillism is kind of, I think it sounds like exactly what it is. You're using the point of a tool. In this case, we're using Q-tips, and you're going to make it very dotted. So it's when you're using dots to create an artwork. So we're going to start with our yellow. We're starting with the lightest color, and I want you to fill your entire pumpkin with yellow dots. You can see the lines of the pumpkin. The outline of the pumpkin was made with yellow or with black dots. Kind of to give you an idea of what we're supposed to be doing. And now we're not only going to fill in the pumpkin area, I'm also going to fill in my stem with yellow dots. Now try to do this fairly quickly. You don't want your paint to dry. All right. Now you're going to keep on doing the whole thing. I'm just going to do one more section, and then I'm going to show you what to do. But you need to do the whole pumpkin. See how I'm keeping my top of my Q-tip clean? Not getting fingers, just dab, dab, dab. Keep on going. I'm not brushing. It's all dots. And I'm not filling in all my white space. Sometimes there's some white space still left, and that's okay too. Okay, so I'm going to pretend I filled in my whole pumpkin. I've done all my yellow. Now it's time to use the next lightest color. So yellow was my lightest of the paints, and now I'm going to use my red. And so I'm going to dip my same Q-tip in my red, and I'm going to go on top. And I want you to maybe poke it around a couple times in the same area till it starts looking a little orange. Now you don't want to get too much red, just a little bit of red, because red is going to be a lot stronger than that yellow. If you get too much red, it's just going to look like a red pumpkin. Alright, and we're going to see how it looks. Now, if you do get too much red, say I put way too much red. Ooh, that's looking really red over there. I can stamp in that area and try to move that paint over here. So stamp, 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 pick up that red, move the red over here, stamp, 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 move the red over here, stamp, 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 and try to spread it out. Or, if you really need to, you could go back and get a little bit of yellow and to the yellow on top again. Nice. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I've got one more section that's going to be orange, because this section I'm not going to put red on, because that's the section I'm going to put blue on. So I'm going to finish my whole pumpkin using my red. I'll show you how I'm dipping it gently. Now sometimes this technique takes a little bit longer than just going like this with a big old paintbrush, but it's got some good, cool looking texture. I love the texture. It makes it look like you could feel it, because that's what texture is, the way something feels. So Miss Roselle's about done with the orange part of her pumpkin. You would continue on to finish the rest of it. If there's any white spots, I might go over those spots now, because the bottom of this is kind of looking reddish orange. I love that color. Woo! Maybe I want to do a little bit more yellow. I think this section might be a little bit too red, so I'm going to dip it in a little bit more yellow. Even it out. Sweet. Ha, love it. Now, I've done all of my orange section, because we're going to pretend Miss Roselle finished all of that too. It's time for my darkest color, which is blue. And we're going to put blue over this yellow part. Now Miss Roselle probably just got too much blue right there. Really do not need very much blue. Blue is so much darker than yellow, and it will overpower yellow so quick. Just get a tiniest bit of blue, and I filled up my whole stem just with that little bit of blue. Alright, I might even get a little bit more yellow because that was a really strong blue. Blue is just so dark. I've got to balance it out with my yellow, and look at this lovely green I'm making. Alright,